Hello everyone, my name is Dave Portner and today I'll be telling you a very powerful story about entrepreneurship and startups, and I hope it helps at the end. It's about two types of entrepreneurs. Now, the story goes like this. There is this village very close to the desert, and one day, it's a hypothetical village, one day they woke up and realized that their river has dried up. The river in the village has dried up. So entrepreneurs, naturally they see a problem, figure out a solution, and try to make money providing that solution. So the entrepreneurs in that village figured out that there is a river that is 5 kilometers away. And naturally, the way to make money is to go transfer the water from 5 kilometers away to the village where people need them, and of course get paid. So the able-bodied young men in the village, they will take two cans, two gallons, and then early in the morning they would walk the 5 kilometers to this river and fetch water and all come back. As they're coming back, the old women and children and old men and people who don't want to walk the distance will be at the entrance of the village waiting for them. As the entrepreneurs are coming back, they take the gallon, they buy the water and pay them. So this thing was just going on like this, and they buy it for $2 each, $2 for each gallon. So each entrepreneur goes in, and the distance is that far, so they don't get to go twice in a day. So each day, if you can walk that distance to and fro, you make $4 carrying water. So those are the first group of entrepreneurs. But there's this one guy who went for the first time, fetched the water and walked that 5 kilometers back. That is 10 kilometers going and coming. And then sold his gallons and got his first $4. So, but then he realized something, that something is wrong. He can't be doing this every day. He can't even get rich doing that. So he disappeared with a shovel and some digging tools. So for 6 months, people rarely saw him again. People have been hauling water to and fro, to and fro. People rarely ever saw him again. So, but occasionally he will show up and come with 2 gallons and sell and get $4. So once in a week or once in 2 weeks, they will just see him. And every day, his friends have been going this distance. Then after 6 months, all of a sudden, they just saw a guy in the distance digging, and coming closer to the village. So what was this guy doing? He disappeared with a shovel and started channeling the water from 5 kilometers away to the village. So within a day or two of seeing him in the distance, he already arrived at the village, and he arrived with what? The rest of the river was following him. So that same day, he put out the rest of the haulers out of market. And my friend called these two types of entrepreneurs pipers and haulers. And somebody said that there are singers and there are composers in this world. But the problem with the world is that there are usually millions of singers to one composer. So there are these hundreds of young men hauling, hundreds of haulers, and there is this one piper who got to think that he needed to pipe that water. And what did he need? 6 months of work. So occasionally when they saw him coming to fetch water and sell and get some money, not to run out of steam, So by the time he arrived at the edge of the village, he put out the entire haulers out of market. And that's not just that. People were rushing to him to buy, and he managed to sell it cheaper. He was selling it at $1. That is cheaper than what the haulers were selling. And then people get to fetch more water. So they are no longer limited to just buying 1 gallon a day or 2 gallons in a day. They could buy as much as they want, and cheaper too. So he virtually put them out of market. So after selling for 1 month, he got so rich that he employed all those haulers, and they helped him channel the water to the neighboring villages. So this young man became a king. So many people have got rich this way, just by piping when people were hauling. So if you look back into your business, are there places you need to pipe that you're hauling? Now, there are certain characteristics of piping. Number one is that piping takes intelligence. You see, if you want to haul water, all you have to do is wake up in the morning while others are going. You just carry your own gallon, join the train, and go and come back. That is hauling. You don't need any calculation for it. Whatever other people are selling their gallons of water, that's what you sell. That's hauling. But piping, you need to estimate, plan, sit down, put paper on ground, put pen on paper, and start calculating. What is the distance? What is the feasibility of actually piping this thing? Will people pay for it? Then when you get to the stream, you have to find out the shortest route to pipe to the village. The best route, you need to understand the geography of the environment. You see, piping, it takes intelligence. The next thing about piping is that it takes commitment. So this guy, people haul every day, they get $4, every day they get $4. But then if you want to pipe, you have to put in all your resources, and most of the time you don't get anything while you are still piping. So it took him 6 months to channel the 5 kilometers back. It took him 6 months. So occasionally when they saw him coming to sell jerry cans of water, he's trying to buy, to make some little money, to haul a little so that he doesn't run out of gas, doesn't run out of food to eat for the day. So, but it takes commitment. Piping takes commitment. All right. So the other thing about the piping and hauling is, how do you know when you are hauling? Assuming you are in your business now, in your startup, how do you know if you are hauling or piping? So here are some characteristics of hauling. Hauling is repetitive. Every day, all human beings have 24 hours. Hauling is repetitive. It takes you the exact number of hours to do the exact same thing every day. So if you wake up every day and you get to your business and you do the exact same thing, you sit down and wait for customers to come or whatever, repetitive tasks, exact tasks every day, you are hauling. You need to start looking up at how to pipe. Now hauling, the input equals the output all the time. So if you put in X input, you always get X output every day. So every day you wake up and commit X input, it will never grow higher. The output can never grow higher than the input. It's always the same thing. So if every day you are making the same number of the same amount of profit every day you come in, you have to start looking at something you're hauling. You're hauling in your business. Okay, so that is it in hauling and piping. So if you look at what you're doing now, you will know whether you are hauling or piping. Piping simply scales. You do a hard work for some time, then you scale. You can't scale hauling. There's no day you have only 2 hands. There's no day you can carry 4 jerry cans. You can only carry 2 in your hands. That is hauling. You can't do more than, even if you have extra energy for the day, you still can't do more than you can do for the day. You understand? But hauling can be scaled. So you work for 6 months, you never get to work for the rest of your life. So there are many startups that have made billions of dollars just because they pipe. Okay, so if you look at your business, figure out what you have to do, then actually get into commitment. The one more thing about piping is that if you give up on the road, you have lost everything. Imagine that after these guys are making the haulers are making $4 every day. Then this piper goes to dig for 3 months, and in the middle of the whole thing, he gives up. He has lost all the $4 he would have been making every day, and still lost all the effort and commitment and resources. So if you are sure that your strategy is right and you're piping, don't give up. See the plan through. Okay? So I wish you success in your business, and I wish that you figure out places in your business that you can pipe instead of hauling, and I wish to encourage you to see your plans through. My name is Dave Portner. Like and share this video. I hope this video has inspired you. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. There's a red subscribe button at the bottom of the video. Click on it to subscribe. If you're not on YouTube, follow this video to YouTube. If you're on Instagram, follow me. Thank you very much. See you.